Stop video and all that?
Hello, everyone. Hi, welcome. Before we get started, I'd just like to introduce myself. People are still kind of trickling in, but as I let people in, I will introduce myself. My name is Ava. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I will be monitoring the session on behalf of the convening planning team. So if you need any tech support, please feel free to message me. Also, if something hurtful or harmful arises over the course of this session, I'm here to guide us through navigating that, so please feel free to message me directly if you have any concerns. This meeting will be recorded for a portion of it, so if you're not comfortable with that, please feel free to turn your camera off, whatever is the most comfortable for you. I'd like to point us to our community agreements, which I will drop in the chat real quick just to keep a safe and respectful atmosphere. I'd also like to note that if at any point you need to step away into a supportive environment to breathe, ground yourself, or talk through how you're feeling, Kate, our wellness facilitator, will be available in this Zoom room. So if you just need to take a second, feel free to hop in there. Here's that information. And yeah, and without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to our amazing presenters today and let them introduce themselves.
Thank you, Ava. We're so honored to be here and be sharing our work as part of Justice Arts Coalition's national convening. It has been certainly beautiful, powerful couple days. My name is Suchi Branfman, and I use she, her pronouns. I'm a choreographer, performer, cultural worker, choreographic abolitionist. I'm currently here with you from the unceded territory of the Cahuilla and Tongva peoples, known as Los Angeles. And it's an honor to be joined by my dear colleagues. I think we can get Ernst in there too.
Ernst, I think, bounced out of the meeting. So as soon as Ernst is back, we'll bring him up for you.
Okay, yeah, I think he's having some technical challenges, but he will rise to that. So yeah, I'm happy to be here with these folks. Tsai, who is an amazing filmmaker, performer, choreographer, and Ernst, who you'll meet in a minute, who you'll see narrating 2 of the dances and who's been dancing inside with us for years, and Richie Martinez, who's here, who was released last summer from prison and yay, joins us powerfully, gorgeously dancing and narrating the dance that he authored inside the prison. So you'll see him in the film that you're going to see in a few minutes. And so I'm just going to start off by giving a little context for the work that you're going to see, and then we'll show the film. If I'm speaking quickly, you know, we don't have any translator on this, so we can just go as fast as possible. So I've had this remarkable opportunity to, and honor, of course, to dance and make dances and be in deep collaboration and conversation with folks every Monday night for the past almost 5 years at the California Rehabilitation Center, which is a medium security men's prison, not so much of a rehabilitation center. It is a prison located in Norco, California. It's a large prison. It cages over 3,000 people, currently operating at, I believe, about 140 or 150% capacity. The work strives, our work strives through dance and storytelling to create what our friend Richie, I'm stealing your line, Richie, what he has called a freedom time inside. We attempt to be situated in deep partnership with the folks that we work with inside and with the abolitionist freedom spaces that we are working towards outside. So not unlike the work that so many at this convening have been engaged in, our dancing was abruptly ended last March when the California prison system shut down programming due to COVID-19. So we were basically given 48 hours by the prison to send in any guidance as to how we might continue dancing together through correspondence, because we didn't have any Zoom access or any way of going inside. I ended up writing prompts for and examples of ways that dances might be imagined and written without ever actually moving. So last March, dancers began sending out their choreographies written from their bunks or wherever while in isolation, COVID isolation and lockdown. So this written work has come together and has become, we've kind of titled it Undanced Dances Through Prison Walls During a Pandemic. The project is a continuing, very much living organism, but the dances that you will see today were all written between March and May of 2020, at the beginning of the lockdown. So I think it's important to share that the authors inside have been in collaboration with this process as much as possible, and that although it's minimal, any funds that are generated through this project and this little film have gone directly to the authors and the artists inside, and upon release, of course. And it also has gone to benefit the work of Critical Resistance, who's doing abolition work on a national level, and the California Coalition for Women Prisoners, which is an organization built by and for incarcerated women and justice impacted California women. So both of these organizations serve as advisors to our work, which is pretty important to us. The film that you're going to see is an embodiment of 6 of the written dances that we filmed in early 2021 in sites throughout the Southern California community of Santa Monica through the Civic Center, drawing focus, or conceptually, hopefully, to the prison, the school to prison nexus. And the dances were brought into action, and you'll see performed by 6 choreographers, performers who had all previously joined us as guest artists inside the prison. So they all bring that sense of community with them. And the people narrating the dances are all system impacted folks who've danced together inside with us as well. Another essential element of the project is that we send feedback and responses to the choreographers and the authors inside the prison, and those who've been released, and those who have been released and who are not here with us today. So we invite you to keep that in mind while you're watching. Any kind of feedback you have, and either add it to the chat after the film or email it to us later. So it's a great honor to serve as a bridge for this work in and out, and we thank you for being with us. I'm going to pass this over to Tom.
Hi, all. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tom Tsai. I'm coming to you from, hold on, where are my notes? I'm coming to you from original Tongva land, also known as Los Angeles. And I've been involved with Dancing Through Prison Walls in various capacities on projects spearheaded by Suchi during her residency. I've done videography, teaching in the prison gym, performance, choreography, and for Undanced Dances, the film you're about to see, I'm the chief film collaborator, if you will. And I also have the honor of embodying a dance written by Brendan Alexander, which you'll see in the film. So I'm going to just address some viewing logistics. I'm gonna first put a order of operations in the chat, just to optimize the viewing experience for everybody. I have to remember how to do this. Let's go. On your lower left corner on your Zoom window, there's a stop video button, and on the right of that, there's a up arrow. So click on that, go to video settings, and then in the video settings window, you'll see like your face, but then scroll down, and maybe, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 checkboxes down, you'll see hide non-video participants, and make sure that that is checked. So enable hide non-video participants. And then you can like close those settings. Yeah, close the settings and then go back to your lower left corner, stop video and mute. And then hopefully we won't interrupt each other.
Thank you all for watching with us. And And please feel free to write any comments for us, and also for the authors who wrote these dances and who are inside, and also those who have gotten out but couldn't be here today. So we're looking to send any responses you have and any questions in the chat. Or I guess there's a Q&A feature as well. Thank you so much for being here. And I think we're gonna hear from each of the collaborators who are here with us. I think starting with Tom. Are you with us?
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for your work. Tom's the filmmaker of this. Yeah, deep collaboration there, man. Beautiful.
I just want to start by, I guess, sharing my first experience going into the Norco prison with Suchi's class. For me, and I think for many others involved in Undanced dances, going inside was utterly life-changing. And every successive project that I'm a part of under the Dancing Through Prison Walls umbrella, like whether it's film or dance, it always leads me back to that first experience. So before going in, there's all these rules that come up, things like not to wear, things not to do, don't do this, don't say this. You can't bring in this content if it implies, these certain things. And it really set this expectation where I remember beginning to feel concerned about the environment that I was stepping into. But right away, seeing Suchi's class, it was immediately clear to me that some of the men inside were carrying a hip hop experience inside them, both in big and small ways. First, in the way of just hearing music and instinctively grooving to it. And then later on at the end of class, some of them actually busting out actual classic hip hop dance technique. And in the concert dance world, technique kind of implies training and focus and a level of mastery that isn't always correlated to hip hop dance, let alone incarcerated folks. So seeing these guys dance indicated to me that at one point they had a community that they learned this from or learned this with, and that they spent time on this practicing, that their joy was linked to appreciation of music and agency over their bodies. Their humanity was just so obvious to me in that instant, and in such jarring contrast to the way that they were presented by the prison before I went in. And it was because I was seeing so much of my own hip hop experience inside them. And it was also very clear to me how just being a part of modern day society, I had been ignorant and unconsciously indoctrinated into believing things that uphold the prison industrial complex. So to be able to interpret Brandon's writing for Undanced Dances, for me, it really builds on that first experience that I had. It's very clear from Brandon's writing and his language and his word choice that he has great respect for the breaking dance form, more commonly known as breakdancing, that he followed it, he admired it, he was deeply invested in it as a culture, and just showing great respect to its practitioners. He's using specific terminology, he's using the of battling as a metaphor for his own self-acceptance. Almost done. And from my brief correspondence with Brandon, he might not be as physically active in the dance anymore, but in terms of his growth, his identity, his spirituality, it's still very much a crucial part of him. So I'm so glad that he has that to sustain himself, and that his work can be translated by someone who knows what he's talking about. And I'd like to throw it over to Ernst, who I collaborated with, who I've collaborated with in many instances.
Awesome. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you to everyone who created this opportunity for us to share. Again, I'm Ernst Fenelon Jr. I'm the Senior Program Coordinator for the Prison Education Project. And in that capacity, I was the one responsible to communicate with the facility and get the programs in there. And so when the dance program came in, I had the opportunity to be really reminded of the power of transformation of art and dance particularly. And in dance, especially in a men's facility where movement is extremely restricted, movement and expression is extremely restricted, to have that opportunity, to have that liberation of that moment was very transformative and powerful, and a reminder to myself. I was formerly incarcerated for 14 and a half years. I've been home for over 15 years. And again, this process has allowed me to, in connection with Suchi and a few others, to collaborate on numerous other performances as part of this project. And I was very fortunate to narrate two of the performances that you saw in the film. The first one with Tom, the internal battle, I thought was very powerful because we were literally dancing on top of part of the police station. And yeah, the drop on the other side was almost a 2 or 3 story drop. But, you know, I thought about that moment that I was performing 2 stories on top of the very institution or part of the institution they hoped to bury me under. And that's when I realized that I was a seed. And I began to realize the work we do inside is we work with all the seeds to see what we can harvest, what we can bring out and harvest and bring out the uniqueness of all the people inside. It was also very telling that the police station and the courthouse were a rock throws away, further exacerbating the situation of the prison industry complex and the systems that are in place. But I just thought it was extremely powerful. And the eternal battle being that space where those who have been incarcerated know exactly what that's about, whether it's in dance or in any other aspect. And then lastly was the mapping a journey, the reality of the journey of millions of people that take to visit their loved ones, all the anxiety, all the emotions, and then that moment of where we actually visit and connect our humanity through prison walls. So excited to have been able to narrate those two performances. Having come around full circle and be able to give back is incredible. And so I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity and look forward to sharing more work. This time I'd like to pass it on to Richie, as we call him, and he has performed, he was the last performance you saw on the Disappearing Act, and so he will speak about his experience at this point. So Richie, it's you.
I was muted there for a bit. Thank you, Ernst. Yeah, this has been such a great experience. My name's Richard Martinez, better known as Richie. Let me see, I started dancing with this project in 2019 while I was incarcerated in CRC. I served a term of 2.5 years there. And I'm one of the seeds that was harvested. And I was able to perform, narrate along with Jay Carlone, which he actually took an interest to my dance story. And we performed it in Santa Monica Pier once I was released. So, and that was a whole new experience for me. I didn't think after anybody's inside and anything to do with prison, usually you just leave it behind. But this was something positive that was helping me throughout this prison term. I wrote this dance. Obviously, we were stopped due to COVID-19. It was all stopped, and we were having to, instead of having to go perform our dances and have time of freedom, we were cut short of it, and we were just writing about our dances, and that's the only way we could communicate and just somehow these dances made it through the prison walls, and now we're performing them. And even we're even performing those who, for people that are still incarcerated, we're still doing theirs, and we're doing a great job, I believe.
Hey,
Yeah,
Richie,
yes.
before we're supposed to end like in 3 minutes.
Okay.
Would you be willing to read your Richie's reappearing act?
Yeah, I could do that right now if we have time, right? Do I have time for that?
Yes, 2 minutes. That would be a beautiful way to close, y'all. This
Okay.
Richie wrote this when he just recently, since being out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta pull it up right now. Sorry.
Sorry to surprise you.
No, I knew it was coming. It's not a surprise. I was just telling my story. Okay.
Sorry.
So this is my story was Richie's disappearing act, and after that I wrote this continuance to that, which is my Richie's reappearing act. That's I was disappearing while I was incarcerated, and now I'm not, and I'm able to do these things. So this is Richie's reappearing act. 1, here I am. 2, I've reappeared. 3, I am now not only writing about dancing, but now actually performing dance. 4, all of these things and places that I've disappeared to are now slowly appearing. 5, although this pandemic is slowly releasing its grasp on society, we hide behind masks, behind the fear that is real. 6, yet I'm still appearing at my outdoor venues. 7, I've gone horseback riding, hiking, to the beach. Heck, I even danced at the Santa Monica Pier. 8, I have reappeared. 9, I am here. I still wait and imagine places I haven't been or things I haven't done. 10, this is a different world I reappeared to. 11, I literally stepped into somewhere completely different from the time I disappeared. 12, here I am and here I go. My reappearance has just begun. Thank you.
Thank you, Richie.
Thank you.
We're so sorry that we're kind of running, or we ran out of time.
Yeah, I understand.
No, yes. Thank you for sharing that. Of course. And for everybody, we did put our email in the chat, and also there was a book of these dances has been published by Sming Sming Books, and there's a link of that. We put a link in the chat, and we always like to put our work in the context of organizing and activism and abolitionist work. So we always put links in there. We realize that y'all are in it with us for sure, but that is something that we always do. Thank you so much for having us, and Ava, thank you for facilitating, and Justice Arts for bringing us. And as I think we said in the chat, if you're interested in bringing this film or sharing it or amplifying it, please email us. That is what we're trying to do. And that's what we're doing, is amplifying these stories. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thanks, Ava.
Amazing session. And thank you all so much for attending. If you learned something new today, if today's session inspired you, challenged you, or taught you something new, please share your support for the convening if you can by making a donation. I'm sharing the link in the chat to our donation page. Funds received during the convening will be put towards compensating the presenters, prioritizing increased honorariums for carceral system impacted presenters. Excuse me. I'm also sharing In the chat, links to stay connected with JAC, Justice Arts Coalition, and our network of teaching artists, activists, incarcerated artists, and others doing inspiring work like those we heard from today at the intersection of arts and justice. So let me get that chat now. And yeah, I think without further ado, I'm going to send a feedback survey. We would love to hear from you about the event. It's a post-event feedback survey because we value your participation and feedback, of course. And yeah, we would love to see you at a future event this evening. We're not quite done yet. And thank you so much for this amazing, amazing experience and session. And yeah, enjoy the rest of the convening. Take care, everyone.
Thank you, Ava.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ava.
Oh, thank you, Jesse.
And Jesse, yes, Jesse,
Jesse.
the rescue.
And thank you, Ella. You're here, and Judy, and who else?
Yeah, the famous turn on your cameras so we can see you.
Yeah, it's great to see you all. Hi, Judy.
Judy, Susan,
Amazing.
thank you.
Yeah, we're happy to see everybody.
Beautiful work.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
Willow,
Hey,
thank you for your comments in the chat, Willow. We appreciate you.
I love this piece. I love these pieces and this book. It's handmade. It's beautiful.
Oh, do you have a book? Do you have a copy?
Yeah.
Of it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Great.
Awesome.
I saw there was a webinar and they announced that they had the book as a benefit, well, to support the work of California Coalition for Women Prisoners and Critical Resistance.
Right.
So it's a beautiful book, and it's and beautiful dances and beautiful poems. And Richard, so cool that you've reappeared.
Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Amazing. Thank you all for being here. Yeah.
So
Do we
much.
have to end this now?
Yeah.
What a bummer.
Yes, we're all
Darn
finished.
it.
Do we
wish we
have to
didn't
go?
How about an afternoon glass of, something?
That's right. We're
Oat milk.
certainly
milk?
together,
Ooh, I wasn't
in
thinking-
spirit.
I was thinking of oat milk. Oh.
Yeah, certainly looking forward to sharing that with you in spirit, if not in the same room or in a Zoom room. Yeah.
If anyone's ever in Southern California, please reach out to us and come and dance with us wherever we are.
Love
or
that.
something. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
If you're ever in this area, like in Corona, Norco, check out our gym. It's Corona Hills Gymnasium, Corona Hills.
All right.
Corona Hills Fitness Boxing. We just opened a boxing venue there. So
Oh, awesome.
I'm coming.
yeah.
Oh, I got somebody who needs to go there. Jeremiah.
Oh my God, Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I got kids too, like classes,
Yeah, he's
So-
excited to kick and punch.
I hate to say
Oh,
that we
yeah.
have to end this.
So we gotta channel it.
Yes, thank you. Same page. Yeah,
Right.
because I'm tired of being the bag.
Right.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one. Thank you. Thanks,
Beautiful work, everyone.
Thank
All
you
right.
all
all,
for
thank you.
being here.
See you guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Sushi,
Jesse.
Tom,
All right, who's
Ernst.
gonna press the
everybody.
leave button first?
Always. Oh no.
I
who's
guess
gonna
I'll do it.
You are? No.
No, it
I
wasn't
guess I'll do it. Bye.
No, don't do it. Oh my God, Richie's gone. There's nothing else to do.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
Willow, thank you for coming back. Yeah, thank you so much for coming back. And
Oh,
to see
yeah.
this. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, are you involved with CCWP or CR? Or?
Well, I've been friends with CCWP since their beginning, and I'm on their email list. And then CR, I go on a lot of their stuff.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, that's they're certainly deep advisors to all the work we do.
Yes, incredible work.
I guess we're recording this, which is pretty
Oh.
crazy.
Awesome. Big reminder to me, make sure all technical things are taken care of well before.
Oh no, it's so beautiful
That was
to
crazy.
see you, Ernst. No, it's all
Yeah.
good.
Everything locked up at the same time. I was trying to turn on a tablet and switch devices, and then I was like, wait a minute, how do I even get in anymore? I can't remember. And I was like, oh,
Sometimes
she
there's
sent me the link. Luckily, you sent me
There
that
you
text.
go, link. And I sent you that
Yeah.
text again. It's like, dude, there it is. So I have
Yeah.
a question, Anastasia. I know you had a question about the work. I don't know if you're still there. No, she's just probably
Yeah.
is not.
She is.
Well,
Hello.
oh,
She is.
hi. Yeah, if you want to talk about the work at all, I think you had a couple questions about it in the chat.
Yeah.
But
Beautiful
you can,
technical.
you can email us, or I think, yeah, I don't want to lose you. We did have a timed plan to actually have Q&A, but hey,
Yeah, it happens.
it happens. It never happens. Yeah.
Thank you.
Great questions. I saw them
Yeah.
in the chat. I was like, whoa, okay, that's one for Suchi.
Where are you, Anastasia?
Oh, I'm in New York.
Okay.
My dog's barking.
Okay.
It was like, New York.
Presente. New York is present. Yeah.
Brooklyn born myself, so.
Nice. I'm in Queens.
Are you a dance person or?
I'm a sound artist.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why you asked the questions about the sound.
Well,
Makes sense.
the first and the last piece had music connected to so we did a pre-recording. We did a pre-recording of those narrations, and then we overlaid them. We worked with a really wonderful sound person. The other pieces were live recorded in the space with the dancers as we were working. And again, we had this really beautiful, brilliant sound mixer person, colleague, friend, who we were fortunate to have work with us to get rid of some of the winds from Ernst's voice. But it's hard because we really wanted to record them site specifically, because they were so integral to the dance, and so it was a deep, we would send him the recordings and he'd go, whoa, really? Okay. Yeah, we
So
can't hear
glad
you.
those winds didn't blow you off the top of the police station.
Man,
Exactly.
I'm telling you. I was like, we're dancing up here? What? Okay.
I just said it turned out great, the sound. I didn't notice anything being obscured by wind.
Good.
Yeah,
Good, yeah.
cool. Yeah, I really like, if you listen very carefully, we had a little cheering squad when Tom was performing. There's a guy like, yeah. I love that part.
Let's be in touch, y'all. Thank you for being here.
Appreciate all of you. Thank you so
All right,
much for
thank
coming.
you.
All right, I'm
Beautiful.
going to push the button.